So Seesaw is a digital learning journal and an interactive hub. Students can demonstrate learning in multiple ways. Either through drawing, through voice notes, videos, or even digital projects. So it's a digital portfolio for children, for students. Teachers can see students' work in real time and give feedback instantly, and their parents can, connect to their, child's learning journey, right here in the app. So it's a digital portfolio, and then it's also an evidence-based platform. You could remember, gone are those days where when a child gets home from school and then the parent would ask, okay, what did you learn in school today? And the child would say nothing. So in order for you not to experience such kind of situations, then Seesaw gets you covered, because whatever you're going to be teaching in the classroom, all the activities that you're doing in the classroom, as long as you're using Seesaw in your classroom, the parents will see exactly what their kids are doing, and then they have the opportunity to respond or to react to those activities. So that's Seesaw. So right now we are on Seesaw page. Before we go into a deep dive into what how to navigate through the page, I'd like to quickly introduce myself. Right, so my name is Ulu Adewale, and I've been an educator for about 2 decades now. I've taught in the early years, across elementary classes, and I've taught in secondary school as well. And I have served as a school leader at different capacity. I'm a passionate ed tech, professional. I, organize global classroom exchange for classes in Nigeria with other classes around the world, in the UK, in the US, and in the Caribbean as well. So I am honored to show you how Seesaw can transform your classroom. So a very quick walkthrough on the objectives of today's session. So here's what we are going to be doing in this session. So we'll start by understanding what Seesaw is and why it is an incredible tool for educators. We've done that already. Then I'll give you a walkthrough on the platform, that step by step walkthrough. Then after that, we'll create and assign activities together. And then finally, you'll learn how to assign Seesaw lessons directly to students. So by the end, when we are done, you have created, assigned, and experience at least one live Seesaw activities, ready to take straight into your classroom. All right, before we dive in, so let me just do a very quick disclaimer. I'm not an employee of Seesaw, and this session is not an official endorsement from the company. I'm simply an educator and a facilitator who has seen firsthand how Seesaw, can be transformative, for teachers. And I'm here to share practical ways you can use this to enrich your teaching and learning in your various classroom. So let's move into the walkthrough of the platform. Here is the name of the account. So if you open your own account, it's your name that will reflect here as a teacher. Then next to it, you have the message. The message, button there allows you to access the window where you can send messages to the people in your classroom. It could be students or the parents in your classroom. Then the next to it is the library. The library gives you access to three different kinds of library that are present in this app. So the first is the community library. In the community library, you have access to all the activities that have been assigned by teachers around the world, on Seesaw. Ready-made lessons that you can assign to the kids in your classroom. So ready-made lessons that you can assign to children in your classroom. So here are those lessons. Um, you have lessons that cut across all topics. All right. So for instance, fourth grade. We're talking about fourth grade. And then you can see all lessons here. Click on lessons. So when you click on lessons, you have access to view all the lessons that are in here. So you can as well, select, narrow your search by subject. So here you can select the subject on top. So you have assessment, early literacy, English language arts, maths, and so on. So let's say, for instance, we want to select English language arts. All right. So for fourth grader, so you can see the first lesson that we have here. It said nouns, the case of missing backpack. So let's see if that is a very good activity for this purpose. So now these activities, if you observe, you see that there are how many activities do we have in these lessons? There are one, two, three, four different activities. The first is the introduction, then you have the practice, then you have connect, and then you have the last one, which is show what you know. All right, so they are all under the topic now on these same lessons. And then you also have you have access to view the lesson plan on how to teach this. So this is a lesson plan on how to teach this, and this lesson plan, covers all the four activities that you have seen on this same topic. So you may decide to print this lesson plan and study it before you begin to um, teach using these lessons that is already made for you. So for you to assign the activity, you can just click on assign all activity. But if you don't want to assign all activity, you just want to assign a particular, strand of it. So you can individually assign each strand. And then you may also want to edit each of those strands to your own taste or to your own to suit the situation in your classroom or of your lessons. So once you just click on assign, automatically it goes there. It goes to the classroom, and then the children will access it. Then the community library here, it gives you access to all the activities that have been assigned by teachers on on Seesaw. So you can as well filter your search by class, let's say fifth grade, and then by subjects. So in this case, you may want to select maybe science, and then you can as well type in the topic of your choice, the topic you want to teach, and then it gives you access to all those activities that are under the topic that you intend to teach. So you click on that activity and preview the activity. For instance, I can see plant and animal adaptation. I can click on that, plant and animal adaptation. So you click on that, so you can now view that. So view as students. So when you view as student, this is exactly, by the time you assign the activity, this is how the student is going to view it. First page is the instruction page, which says you should watch the video, notice the adaptation that are interesting to you, stop watching at 11 minutes and 15 seconds. And fill in the graphic organizer using the typing tool. So you can read all those instructions and then you move forward. So this is the graphics organizer. Remember, that first page is there's a video that you're going to watch. By the time you assign it, you have access to the video. So you begin to now fill out what you're asked to fill out as Under animal plants and animal structure, lesson 1B. So you can fill out the information on animal in this graphic organizer, and then you can do the same to adaptation and then the purpose. And once the child is done, then it clicks on done, and then it automatically will submit for teacher's approval. All right, so I'm not assigning that activity. So we go back. Well, let me just assign for the sake of this lesson. So to click on assign, to assign, you just click on assign. Then you can, edit those students you want to assign to by clicking this field and then selecting only the students that you want these activities to go to. That's a form of differentiation. And then you can as well schedule this activity to be assigned at a particular date and time. And then once you're done, you click on assign now. So once you click on assign now, automatically it's assigned straight into that class. So we are done assigning, so we can go back to our normal class. So let's see the student's perspective. What will they see when you have assigned these activities? So let's see. This is a student account that is already a member of that class. So let's see how this student is going to see the activity that I just assigned as a teacher. So you can see it now. The activity is here on the child's activity, page. They have journal, activity, and notification. Those are the three tabs that they have, because they are students. So what the child will now do is to start activity. Just click on start. So after clicking on start, the child reads the instructions and then watch the video. The video, uh, I think there's a video link that was sent. So for the child will observe the video, will watch the video through the link and come back to this page and begin to respond. So let's say whatever the child, they ask the child to respond using the text tool. So you click on that text tool and then place it under animal. And then maybe one of the adaptation features the child saw about animal is maybe long legs. We want to as well, if that looks too big, you can reduce it. And then you can also want to type another, also want to add another text. Let's say, um, okay, no, I think I made a mistake. The long leg is the adaptation rather. So the animal could be, let's say, the animal could be snake. No, snake don't have long legs. They don't have legs. So let's say the animal is maybe a horse. So you can decide to reduce it by dragging it a little bit this way and then leaving it that way. And then the purpose. So whatever it is, the child has the opportunity to fill out everything. And then even this text box can be, formatted. So you can see the three dots at the, lower part of it. So you can actually format. So from style, you go. So you can select without fill. I mean, without what do you call it? Without lines. So if you observe that, you will see that the line that surrounds the word is no longer there. So you may want to color it, you may want to do whatever you want to do. So once that is done, you click on done. The child clicks on done, and then uh, the child can submit. The child has submitted it already. So once you click on done, it's submitted. All right. So that is submitted. So let's go back let's go back to the teacher's account to see how that um, activity is submitted. All right. So as a teacher, I have received a notification. So let's see what the notification is talking about. Let's refresh the page. So I've got a notification. So they said this is a response that has been submitted. So it's just for me to view the response as a teacher now. So I can click on view response. So after clicking on view response, um, that student, what's the name of that student? I think that's group one. Group one, yes. This is it. All right, so this is the response of that child. So you can approve the activity as a teacher first. So it's approved. Then the next thing we do is to begin to respond to give the appropriate feedback to this activity. So the first feedback, you may decide to like this activity as a teacher, and then you may also want to comment, and then you may want to attach a note to it. So not only you, even their parents can as well like, and they can as well comment depending on the settings in your class that you've made in your class. So for the comments, just click on comments, and then I always encourage teachers to use a feedback that is really appropriate. So always use something positive and be sensitive to whatever you're going to write. So if you want to give an activity, I always encourage people to use the sandwich method to comment like this. Now the child has done great. You commend the child for doing great. Oh, this is a wonderful job. And then you stylishly say what you think that the child needs to work on. You can just say like, oh, Alpha, this is a wonderful job. I can imagine how great it would have been if you had. Then you now write what is missing, what the child is missing, and then you click on it. So you click on post. If you're not done with that, okay, you click on post. That's the child sees that instantly. And then if you're still the kind of teacher that always would love to see the red pen or the blue pen, so you can click on edit. Yeah, you can click on these three dots and then go to edit posts. So it takes that page to a canvas where you can use your pen as a marker. Uh-huh. So it takes it to this place where you can select your red pen. You select the writing and your red pen. You can now mark the way you mark in your notebook. And then you can maybe write 2 over 2, 2 over 2. So, and then you move on, and then you write done. You click on done. So instantly the child sees that as well, and the parents of the kids will see that as well. So Basically, that is how to assign activity, and that is how to respond to, give a feedback to the activities that the kids have responded to. During the event, a whole lot of, I think about three different activities were assigned, and then teachers, participants responded, or students responded. And those were the activities you saw earlier, why, when I, tried to respond to activities. So once you click on journals, you see all those activities that other teachers have responded to. So on the journal, you can see this now. The child have seen that. So this was one of the activities that was assigned during the event, and then you can also respond to this activity as a teacher. So you can respond to this activity as a teacher. So how do you respond? You may want to like it. You may want to comment, just like I said earlier, but your comment should be realistic as well. And then you might as well want to give a voice response. You mustn't type. You may want to give a voice response. So comment. So on the comment, I may want to say something. Okay. So just record. Oh, great job, Alpha. This is a great, activity that you have done. I'm really, really proud of you. Thank you. Keep it up. Keep it up. So, and then you stop, and instantly, uh, the voice is attached, and the child will be able to listen to that voice instantly. So, and so on and so forth. Remember, you get notifications on activities for you that the kids have worked on, and then you want to review. So let's to post. So Christopher has submitted an activity. So if I'm okay with this, I can approve it. Can approve it, and then in that way it sits into the journal. And then I still have one more activity, and then I can as well approve it. But it is always recommended that you view these activities first before you respond, before you approve or return. So that's how to assign activity. So next is create activity or assessment. So you click on the button as well, and then go to create activity. In creating activities, you are creating your activity from the scratch. You can even decide to sell that activity. All right. So, but that will be a discussion for another day. So, but right now we want to create an activity. What's the name of the activity we want to create? For instance, we want to create living and non-living sorting. We want to create an activity on how to sort living things from non-living things. So I've typed that name there, and then want to upload a file. Want to upload a file that the kids will work on, the template that the children are going to be writing on. So I've already created a template using a PowerPoint saved on the system. So I'm going to upload that template. So this is the template I created. Aha. So this is a template now. I did this on PowerPoint, and I saved it as a PDF. So you may want to save it as PDF, or you save it as an image. So it's still compatible. It can be imported here. So living thing, non-living thing. The title sorts into living and non-living thing. That's a task. So next thing you're going to do is for us to import the images that they will be sorting. So click on image here. You can see the camera button. Click on it. And then the next thing you're going to see is upload. Because I want to upload the images. I have the images on the system already. So here are images that of living and non-living thing that I want the kids to be to sort. All right, so you click, select all of them, and then bring them here. So they're all here, but they're too large. So you begin to resize them and scatter them all around. So you can resize them, scatter them all around. Remember, these images were not PNG at first. So I needed to remove the background. So you can, by the time you download your images, if they are not PNG and they have background, you just go to remove.bg and upload those images. Remove.bg will remove the background. And then you have this kind of images that I'm having right now that don't have background. So you download your images and save them for this purpose. So next, keep resizing these images so that you scatter them all around. The kids will have to be the ones to sort them into the right, you know, column. Sometimes this could really be slow, but it worth the time. Okay, then this is the last one now. Okay, fine. All right. So, all right. So the next thing now is for you can see all the activity, all the images are here now. So you can now click on the green tick button by the right hand side, top right. So click on that. All right. So that student templates have been added. So you might want to add instructions. So your instruction could be use the hand tool to sort or drag the images into their or into living or non-living column. So yeah, that could be the first instruction. You could as well include more instruction that okay, use the mic tool to record why you're sorting, why your sortings are correct. For instance, maybe. So it could be anything that you want. And then remember, this is just me typing now as a teacher. But if I just give these, assign this activity this way, what about those that probably could not read? So it's always advisable to use as many multimedia um, options as possible in your instructions. So you can record your voice talking. So your voice talking, then you can, where is it? Okay, click on the microphone. Hello, class. Use the hand tool to drag the image into living or non-living column. Use the mic tool to record why your sortings are correct. So that is done. So you may want to listen to your instructions first to see if it's okay before you proceed. Hello class. Use the hand tool to drag the image into living or non-living column. Use the mic tool to
All right,
record
that's the instruction. So let's
why your
say this is
sortings are
okay.
correct.
So
The
so
next thing is you save. You save. So once you save, it goes into my library because you created this. Other teachers around the world could see this now. And then this is my own made activity. So because this is so basic, I may not want to sell this, but depending on the creativity and ingenuity you are bringing into your activity creation, you might want to sell the activity as well. So all you need to do is just to copy the link and then create a portfolio where you can be selling, your activities as well. So assign. So click on assign. Instantly, it goes into the classroom, and the teachers, the students from wherever they are and their parents would be able to see these activities instantly. So let's view it as a student perspective. From student perspective. So remember, this is that student in my class. Let's refresh the page. Always refresh so that you see fresh activity. On the activity page, you will see that there is a notification. This notification of one showing that something is one information. All right, so you can see it now. So the children could now start. They can see the instructions. They can as well play the instruction. Hello, class. Use the hand tool to drag the image After
into
playing the
living or
instructions,
non-living.
then they can now go on and begin to, interact with the activity page by dragging and dropping. So living and non-living. So let's start by sorting the living. This is the living thing. This is the living thing. This is also a living thing. This is a living thing. Bird is a living thing. The cat is also a living thing. The goat is a living thing. The millipede is a living thing. I think I'm done with that. So the non-living thing, I have the TV. I also have the car, the mop stick. I also have the house, the laptop, and the machete. So all these are well sorted now. The second instruction says I should use the mic tool to explain why I think that my answers are right. So as a student, so you use the mic tool so you can explain. All right, so you can explain. But because I'm doing a recording here, so I'm not sure if I'll be able to use this mic again to explain. So the child will just click on the mic tool to explain. All right. So and that's done. Once the child is done, you just click on done. So done means submitted. So let's go back to the teacher's page and view what the child has submitted. So from what we can see here, the page is loading. All right. From what we can see, you can see the activity submitted already, and then other details about the activities. You could see it completed, zero completed, one waiting for review, and then 38 students in the class have not started and assigned to all students and groups. So let's view the response. So this student has responded. So we approve. You can see the activity saying either we want to approve or we want to delete what the child has done, want to approve what the child has done, want to delete what the child has done, or you want to send it back. But sending back is a premium feature, but it's okay. In this case, I think I'm going to approve this activity. So we can approve. So after approving, you can as well go back and then begin to like, you comment, or you can use your voice to, give feedback as well. You might also want to use your pen to, show you're working on it, either by ticking, just like I did earlier in the first assignments, in the first feedback that I give to the students. So I don't need to go back to that anymore. All right. So let's go back to our class. Remember, we have the first thing we've done how to assign activity, and we've also learned how to create activity from scratch. And then now the third thing for us to do is to add to student journals. So what do we add to student journal? This is a very crucial and very, very beautiful tool that I always love to use. Why? Sometimes you are in the classroom and then a particular child is actively working on a particular task. Probably a child who could not read before is now reading, or a child who could not do a particular task before is now doing it effortlessly or so. At that time, you are allowed to grab your laptop or your phones or your gadgets and record what that child is doing and add to the child's journal so that the parent could see it instantly as the child is doing that in the classroom. So add to student journal. So click on add to student journal. What do you want to add to student journal? Is it a photo? Photo means you are going to use that device to snap that photo and then upload it on that student journal. Is it a drawing that you want to add to the student journal? Maybe you ask the kids to draw something, so you click on that and it takes you to a page where you can select which student and then uh, draw whatever you want them to draw. Is it a video like this that I just mentioned now? You can just video directly onto Seesaw what that child is doing and then it goes straight to the journal of that particular child. But remember, you have to select the name of the child from the list of the students that you have in your classroom. Then, if you have pre-recorded the video of what that child has done, then you can now upload it by clicking on upload and then going into your system to search where the video is, and then you upload it into the journal of that particular child. You can as well upload into the journal of everyone in the class by selecting all the students in the classroom. Then for those teachers who still like to use notebooks, so you have access to a page that looks like a notebook that has lines like notebook, and then you may want to write one or two things and then upload it into the journal of the child. So we are not interested in doing that now. Then the next is the link. You may also want to share a particular link and upload it to the journal of any student of your choice that you feel it's very, very important to. So, and that's that on how to add to student journals. So assign activities, create activities, or assign assessments. So we've done all this. Remember, add to student journals as well. Can as well be used during maybe you are going to be teaching English, and then in that class, the student to be predicting a particular text. So you could have the back cover of that text, and then you have this. You ask the kids to take a picture of that back cover, and then add it to their journals, and then use the microphone tool to make predictions on it. So at the end of the reading exercise, then they can compare their predictions with the reality that happened and see how well they're able to predict. So you are free to be creative about it and then use whatever creativity that you have to make your lessons to be really really effective. So basically that's that. So now you can as well assign um, what do you call it now? Lessons. Okay, I think I've spoken to you about lessons and how to assign lessons in the classroom. So basically, that's that. I think I will come to the end of this session. Subsequently, we'll be having other sessions, which would be on other aspects of Seesaw. Remember, this is just a very small aspect of it. We still have other, aspects that have to do with you creating the class, you importing your students, and you importing your parents into the classroom. And then we also have other aspects on how to use a gradebook. Remember, the gradebook is a great feature that allows you to tie a particular task to a particular objective in the curriculum. So it views whatever activity that you have given, the gradebook, you know, goes through it and then grade the child based on that objective in the curriculum. So, like this child now, on the weather tool activity that was given, you could see Abdul Latif Lawal, 23 over 39, as graded by the grade book. So you could see a whole lot of people have been graded as well. So you can go through that and see. But we are not focusing on that today. I think with this, we've come to the end of this um, event. Thank you so much for your time. And if you have more questions, if you have any questions, feel free to drop your questions as comments. You drop your questions, through the platform. I would be responding to you one after the other. And apart from that, Seesaw is not the only digital portfolio. We also have many other digital portfolio as possible. But why Seesaw is so incredible is that it has inbuilt activities and lessons in it. In other platforms, usually you have to create your own activity. You have to create the activity from scratch and then add them into the platforms. But this has all those activities. Before I go, I am challenging you to become a Seesaw pioneer. So, become a Seesaw pioneer. It's a course. I think 45 minutes course that you're going to be watching videos and be responding to questions. And at the end of the day, you'll be certified by Seesaw as a Seesaw pioneer. So after becoming a Seesaw pioneer, you are going to have a badge and a certificate from Seesaw. And then that will now give you access to become a Seesaw ambassador and then finally a Seesaw certified educator. So all these comes with their own badge, and then it gives you the opportunity as well to have access to a global forum where Seesaw educators, certified educators, are present and are discussing. So it's really really good that you do this, and once you are done with this, you can feel free to share your progress on your what do you call it, your badge, on your LinkedIn pages, on your CVs, and even on our platform. So it's it's something, it's an achievement that really worth to be celebrated. So, and I'd also want to cap it up with the fact that you don't really need to start. If you're a beginner, you don't need to start with all these tools at the same time. So you can easily, start small and then progress gradually until you become very, very proficient at it. Thank you so much for showing up. I think I will come to the end of today's session. Have a wonderful day.